Hello everybody, Bl1nky here again with another Battlefield 3 gameplay commentary for you guys, and I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I have been incredibly busy these past few weeks, like you guys probably wouldn't believe. So the first thing that happened was both Kelsey, my girlfriend, and I decided that we no longer wanted to work at the places where we were working, so we both quit. And that was very momentous, and we both felt rather good about those decisions just because the places where we were working were pretty crappy. And I barely lasted any time at all at my job. But yeah, it was not my cup of tea, to say the least. My knees are really bad, and I'm pretty sure I permanently damaged my left one by doing that job. So not a good situation, and I'm glad I left. But that left the two of us in a bit of a predicament. So we decided to move, and in conjunction with another decision that I've been kind of thinking about and planning for a while now, she and I decided to move back home to Southern California with our parents, our respective parents. Obviously, we don't have the same parents because that would be gross. And yeah, get your minds out of the gutter. But I'm going to be going back and living with my parents, and she's going to be going back and living with her parents while we both prepare to go back to school. She is preparing to go to graduate school. She's currently studying to take the GRE, which is basically like the entrance exam. It's the SAT, but for graduate schools, essentially. So that's what she's working on right now, and I don't envy her position because that test is pretty intense. And meanwhile, I am preparing to go back to undergraduate college just because about 4 years ago now, I had to withdraw from my original college due to health concerns, which eventually led to my hospitalization, and that's a really long story that I have covered in the past. But it was a bad situation. I had to extricate myself, unfortunately, and the financial burden that all of that put on my family and me basically meant that going back when I intended to was no longer an option. So I've kind of been biding my time these past few years, hoping to go back, but thinking that I really wouldn't be able to. But I'm at a point where I don't feel like I'm making very much progress in my life, and I've left things unfinished that I would like to remedy, and that's kind of what I'm planning to do. I've been in talks with my original alma mater, I guess you could say, which is Swarthmore College out in Pennsylvania, and it's looking extremely likely that I will be returning to that school to finish my bachelor's degree. So I'm going to be going back as a rather old undergrad, but ultimately, I think it's the right decision, and I think that it's going to be a good experience that will help me kind of do the things that I want to do in life. And the more I think about it, the more likely I think it is that I'm going to be studying computer science, which is going to mean that I am really going to be busting my butt over the next 3 years or so. I'm going to be re-entering as a second semester sophomore, which is kind of ridiculous since I am 23 years old. But yeah, whatever. Better late than never, as many people like to say. But yeah, I'm shifting gears. I was originally studying classics, which included ancient or classical Latin and ancient Greek. So obviously, those two things and computer science, they don't have very many prerequisites in kind, so I'm going to be completely shifting gears, and I'm going to have just a ton of stuff to do, but I think that I'm going to feel satisfied by the work that I end up doing, and I'll enjoy doing the work and the eventual career that I hope to get. So let's hope it all works out, and I guess we'll see where I have to go from here. But the main thing that I'm worried about at this point is just dealing with the fees, the tuition, and everything else, because it is a liberal arts college. It is a private school, and that means that the tuition is off the charts. Whenever I talk to people from outside of the US about colleges and universities, they are always amazed at how much we in the US pay for higher education. Swarthmore in particular, after all, room and board and books and all of those fees and expenses are taken into account, it costs about $58,000 a year to attend. So it is a very expensive school. Tuition alone, I think, is, $42,000 or $44,000. And that's crazy. Compared to most other schools, it's like 5 times as much. Or most other countries where higher education is, usually pretty affordable and subsidized by the government. But that's just kind of how the U.S. is in terms of where it places its priorities. It prioritizes wars and cuts funding on schools and science and stuff like that. So I'm not a huge fan of the U.S.'s public policy, but nothing I can do about it from where I stand. But yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but I'm hoping that it'll all be worth it in the end. So I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an update on what's going on with me, why I haven't been making videos and stuff like that. But since I am going to be living with my parents, I am going to be contributing to the household expenses and stuff like that. I'm not just going to be freeloading completely, but the reduced costs that I will have to pay each month, because living down there, especially in my parents' house, is going to be infinitely more affordable than living up here in Berkeley. It means that I'm going to be able to go back to making videos on a very regular basis, perhaps even full-time, but we'll have to wait and see. I am going to be studying quite a bit to kind of get back up to speed with my college's pace of study and coursework. But the rest of my time, I don't really have anything to do, so I'm going to be, making a lot of videos. So good news for you guys, good news for me, but it means that I'm going to be a very, very busy man over the next few months. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it was, not about the gameplay or anything like that, but I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one. Bye.